Okay, this is kind of a cross between a Google and the Geezer and a From Tom's Desk or an On the Road. Anyhow, if it's not piss and rain or the temperature is not absolutely miserable or if something hasn't happened, I, right now and for the past couple of days, should be on the road up towards the eastern side of the panhandle of Florida. There's a number of state parks up there, and talking about state parks, there's this brilliant app called Pocket Ranger, which does write-ups and maps of state parks in bunches of the states here in the United States. So I've been using that to get the names of the park, and then using the new Google Maps, I simply starred the places, which isn't really creating a map. And speaking of Google Maps, it is something I'm going to try and get back to and do some updates and one thing another about places here in America. Now, I realize these places aren't in Isaan, but I think, the places I'm going to, in particular, and the Taiwats, and the restaurants should and could be of interest to people who were interested in food in Isaan and things like that. So I'm going to be mixing in, as I have been for the past 4 months now, places here in Florida and other places I go in the States, along with the places in Isaan. So if you're not interested at all, I'm sorry about that, but hopefully people will be, and hopefully, since most of the people who read Isaan Live are in Thailand or outside the United States, hopefully some people here in the States will get interested. And, traveling Isaan was one thing, because at most living in Sakonnakhon, even in Kanken, which both areas sort of near, especially Kanken, near the geographic center of Isaan, which is located in Mahasarikam. Getting someplace is only a matter of hours. Here, getting out of Florida is a matter of hours. And going up the eastern seaboard of the United States to Washington, D.C. is well over a 12-hour honk. And then going across the country is about 3,000 miles or better, which I have really no interest in doing right now. But anyhow, the plan for the weekend is to visit some of these state parks and tell you what's going on here and giving you, some insight into, staying in America. Because, I've been out of the country for 20 years. And the things that amaze me now is how much more expensive it was, especially lodging. And talking, to my good friend Sean Sullivan up in Washington, D.C., having little knowledge, I kind of came to the conclusion, with his help, there's sort of the $50 category of hotel motels along the way, and then it goes on up and up and up and up. So what I'm going to concentrate on telling people about here in the States are that that $50 category of places to stay along the way. The other thing I have, a major problem with here is food, because my stomach's not accustomed to the rich food that a lot of Americans can eat, and it's certainly not accustomed to the volume of food people here eat. So I'm going to be trying to get some information out about that. But anyhow, that's it. It's the apps. The apps available here. Some of them are absolutely amazing. Some of them I'm learning more about. The other one I'll be telling you about soon is this one called WAZE, which is sort of a mobile social mapping and on the road and alerting people to problems on the road, police on the road, and stuff like that. So, but right now it's basically Pocket Ranger and for the state parks and Google Maps. for locating these places, and that's what we'll be talking about. But that's this Google and the Geezer temporarily in the States and from Tom's desk. So y'all have a really good week and look forward to talking to you again. Thanks. Bye.